Hola, buenos dias. In this video, we're going to be looking at some reflexive verbs in Spanish. If you aren't sure what a reflexive verb is, it's basically when the person is doing the action upon him or herself, or the people are doing the action to themselves. It makes more sense with some verbs than it does others. But as long as you know how to do it, if you don't get the idea of it right away, at least you know how to use these verbs. So it's generally someone or some people doing something to themselves. I've got a few verbs here. I'm going to show you how to conjugate them, and then we'll do an activity to practice to make sure you understand it. So the first verb I have is cansarse. Cansarse is to get tired. To get tired. And by the way, all these reflexive verbs are the ones that end in se, like this. So cansarse, divertirse, esconderse, they end in se. That's reflexive verb. The se at the end is a reflexive pronoun. Now, what you're going to do with that when you conjugate the verb, I'm going to show you right here. You'll take this se, put it into the front, change it depending on who you're talking about. So if you're talking about yourself, talking about me, I'll change it to me. If it's you, it's te. He or she is se, nos, os, and se. And then what's left after you've done that is the cansar. And I just conjugate that into whatever tense I'm learning. So it could be the present tense, the future, the preterite, whatever it is, depends. So I'm just doing this in the present tense for you. So the yo form of cansar is canso. So I get tired is me canso. Te cansa, se cansa, etc. Got two more for you here. Divertirse happens to be a stem-changing verb or a boot verb. It's also a stem-changing verb and a preterite as well. So in the present tense, that E is going to change to an IE in the 1, 2, 3, 4 position. So you can see that there. Me divierto, te diviertes, etc. If at any time you want to write these down, you can pause it. And esconderse is to hide. So again, I take that se off, put it in front, change it to mete, se, etc. And then what's left over is esconder, and I can conjugate that in the present tense or whatever I'm doing. If you want to stick around and practice, here we go. So I've got 5 sentences for you, each one needing to be conjugated into the present tense. Please note that a couple of them are stem-changing verbs, or also known as boot verbs. So if you want to do this really quick, maybe just pause the video, do in your head, write them down, and then in about 3 seconds, I'm going to give you the answers. So here they come. I'll tell you what the sentences mean too, just in case you're curious. So, uno, tú te enojas con tu hermano, is you get angry with your brother. Tres would be ella se siente frustrada, she feels frustrated. Tres, yo me porto mal en la clase, I behave poorly in class. Cuatro, nosotros nos sentamos cuando entramos, so we sit down when we enter. And then cinco, ellos se despiden después de clase. If, just in case you're unsure, when you see this, that means that sentirse is a stem-changing verb in the present tense. So this E is going to change to an IE in the present tense. And then that same E is going to change to just an I in the preterite on just the he, she, usted form and the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, just in case you're curious. That is it for this video. Hopefully you understand how to conjugate these verbs. If you don't, or you have questions, let me know. In the description of the video, if you want extra practice, I have a link to a set of flashcards where you can practice the conjugations of like 12 or so of these reflexive verbs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.